Hello and welcome to Club 7, episode 6 of The Pilgrimage on FM24. I'm Jamie. Coming up on today's episode, 2 games for you. We're at home to Manchester United and away to Liverpool in the Premier League. So let's get straight into it. And the team to face Manchester United is coming up in just a moment. Okay, here is the team then, and it is Simon in goal, back four of Carlos Roberto, Botman, Sotalo and Gertruida. It's Bruno Guimaraes behind De Jong and Tonali in midfield, Brabels on the left, Echeverri on the right, Isak up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, my assistant is emphasising the importance of our home form. I am going to agree with him and I'm going to pump the fists and go with that. And let's get out into the tunnel for our tunnel interview. My Newcastle side hold their relegation destiny in their own hands. Can we take a step closer to Premier League survival today? It's not been the easiest of seasons, but we've worked hard and it's important to keep that going. Do we have an advantage over our relegation rivals because we're only competing on one front instead of multiple competitions? Yeah, it's an advantage, but we'd rather be competing for more. How do I reflect on the club's very successful journey since I took over? We're realising our potential. So let's get into the match and see if we can build further on a reasonably good start to life in the northeast of England and get Newcastle moving into calmer waters away from the drop zone. So as it stands, we're 10th in the table, 39 points. So a win here would get us over the 40 points and surely safe already, and that's headed over the top of the bar from the corner, and the highlight comes to an end. So let me just check that the highlights are on key highlights. They are, and the match continues. It's another Newcastle highlight. Brabels down the left wing looking for a cross, in the end pulls it back to De Jong, cuts in field. Brabels picks it up again, goes for the effort at goal. It's deflected behind for a corner. And it's going to be a right-footed Tonali in-swinger into a crowded penalty area, headed up rather than away. Roberto with the header, and Atabolu collects that quite comfortably. Highlight comes to an end, and we're on the attack again. Gertruida to Bruno into De Jong, plays it out to the left hand side for Brabels, who's got there, looking for a cross, and fortunately gets the ball back, crosses it in, and Guimaraes misses the target with the header. So 22 minutes gone, corner to Newcastle, Tonali with it. And the effort hits the post from Botman and it's out for a goal kick. So 25 minutes gone, still 0-0. We have been much the better team, but we don't have anything to show for it yet. So we really do need to score while we're on top. Play for set pieces we'll go with, as suggested by my assistant, and it is a free kick to Newcastle. Sotalo over it, but it's inside our own half. Finds Tonali, he goes for the long ball forward, picks out Isak, who's in behind the defence and hits the woodwork. It falls to Bruno Guimaraes, plays it to the left, it's picked off. Brabels gets there, but the highlight comes to an end. And inside the last 10 minutes of the first half, still 0-0. We are still on top and well in control of the game, but still absolutely nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. So that's going to be the focus of the halftime team talk. Is going to be, you've played well, but go and get yourselves a reward for it. And one last highlight before halftime. Guimaraes to Tonali. It's played out to the right for Echeverri. Gets to the edge of the penalty area. Turns his man. Cuts inside. Echeverri. And he hits the side netting. Probably should have looked for support. And there's the halftime whistle. And it is still 0-0. So you've done everything apart from score. Dig in, give everything you've got. We deserve to win it. And let's see if we can give them some help off the bench as well. Echeverri is shattered, so we'll get him off. And I'll bring on Jamario, give him 45 minutes to press his case for further football. And in addition to that, Bruno Guimaraes has done a lot of work and he's tired. So I'll bring on Mulan. And I'll drop Tonali into the hole in front of the defence. In fact, I won't. I'll switch them back round again. And we'll get out for the second half. And see if we can turn a good first half performance into a positive match result. Isak is beginning to tire, so I'm going to take him off after an hour. So that's going to be the next change. First highlight is a Manchester United one. Per stood over it, and the free kick clips the woodwork and goes out for a goal kick. So let's get Isak ready to come off. And I'll bring on Fatty up front. We'll give Fatty a go. I'm not even going to give Isak an hour. We'll take him off already. Gertruida needs to come off at right back. So that's going to be the next change. And it'll be Svoboda that comes on for him. And it is Dennis Simon with the goal kick to Satalo. Plays it into Tonali, who goes back to Simon, goes the other way to Botman this time. De Jong back to the keeper. Simon to Botman. To Roberto at left back. Into Brables, plays it back to Botman, who steps out of the defence and gives the ball away. Mulan clears up and plays it forward. De Jong to Roberto into Ansu Fati, who's lost the ball. We've won it back. Tonali to Jamario. He's going to need help from there though. He finds Tonali, who bursts forward. Square ball to Ansu Fati, who smashes it under the goalkeeper. And it is Newcastle United 1, Manchester United 0. So cracking start to the second half. We've got the goal that our dominance has deserved, and now it is just going to be a case of let's not lose that, and let's not do anything rash or silly. So I think Brables is probably the next one to come off, but I'm not going to do it yet. I'll hold on for as long as I can. And actually I am going to take him off so he doesn't get himself sent off. And we'll bring on Cockbill. And then for my final change, I think it's going to be Carlos Roberto at left back. In fact, that is the final change. I've lost count. So 10 minutes to go. Still leading 1-0. It's a Newcastle free kick. and I'm not even sure who's over it. It is De Jong. He clips it into the box. It's headed away. Cockbill comes into the area and fires it through the crowd into the back of the net, and makes it Newcastle United 2, Manchester United 0. So that surely wraps up the win at this stage. And that leaves us just 8 minutes now to hold on. And more importantly, we've deprived Manchester United of the opportunity to get into the top 6, which may increase the pressure on their manager and may well create a vacancy in one of the biggest clubs in the game. So last couple of minutes, all we've got to do now is see it out, and the 3 points will be ours. And we are just a couple of minutes away from doing that. And it is Satalo, square ball to Botman. Plays it into midfield for De Jong. To the left for Carlos Roberto, who I thought I'd taken off, but I haven't because we'd run out of subs. That's right, I remember now. It's played forward by Manchester United, but Roberto wins the ball back. Cockbill gets onto it, but dispossessed. Atabolu plays it out to Tugran, to Mount, into Viper. Pair to Beraldo, plays it forward. Mount finds Rashford on the left. Rashford gives the ball away to Satalo. Svoboda to Tonali, ball over the top for Ansu Fati to chase. He gets there, can he finish? He's got his cross in, and Cockbill finishes the chance and makes it Newcastle United 3, Manchester United 0. And that is a perfect way to finish the match. And that should be the final whistle. There it is. Newcastle United 3, Manchester United 0. I'll be back in a moment with the second match of today's episode. Okay, time now for the second match of today's episode, and an away Premier League game against Liverpool. Team for this one: Dennis Simon in goal, back four of Carlos Roberto, Botman, Sutalo and Svoboda, Bruno Guimaraes behind De Jong and Tonali in midfield, Brables on the left, Echeverry on the right, and Ferguson up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, well, my assistant wants us to pick up where we left off last time. If we can do that with outstretched arms, which we can, then I'll agree with him. And let's get into the tunnel for a tunnel interview. Why have we been struggling away from home? We've been struggling away all season, but I haven't been here all season. So I'm going to say if I knew, we wouldn't be having this conversation. First goal's crucial. Yeah, goals win matches, of course. Liverpool are currently on an 8-match unbeaten run in the league, and the title contenders lie in first place in the Premier League. Can I be confident of a good performance against a team in such good recent form as Liverpool? We've got a good chance. I'll go with that. Okay, let's get into the action and see if we can justify my confidence and gain a victory to close the gap on the top 6 a little. It's got a little bit too big for comfort, but at least we are now over the 40 points, so we no longer need to worry about possible relegation. And as it stands, 20 minutes in, we've had the better of it, but there's not been a highlight yet. So we await the first highlight to really let us know which way the game's going. And it is a Liverpool highlight. It's Alexander-Arnold to Dudu. Alexander-Arnold again. And we give the ball away after briefly winning it back. Walchak is forced wide but still has it. Pulls it back to Thuram, and his effort is charged down, but Alexander-Arnold picks up the loose ball, finds Eric, who turns, plays it back to Atasoy. Atasoy into Bashetic. Ball over the top to Szoboszlai. Alexander-Arnold is forced into the corner, but pulls it back to Szoboszlai. Finds Eric again, and he gets the shot away, but it's off target and out for a goal kick. So far, it's been mostly Liverpool from what we can tell. So let's fire up the lads, see if we can get a little bit more out of them. Svoboda's not playing well. That hasn't gone down brilliantly, so I'll go with encouraging comments at half time, and we'll possibly make one change. It's not Evan Ferguson's finest hour today. We need more possession. In fact, no, shooting's not been good enough. We'll go with that. And let's give Alexander Isak or Ansu Fati. Go with Alexander Isak. And we'll change him to an advanced forward. It suits him more. So we'll go advanced forward attack. And also, will I make any other changes? Yes, I'm going to change the right backs for Svoboda and bring on Vanderson. So 2 half-time changes. Let's see if we can win the match in the second half. And hopefully solidify 9th place in the table. We're not going to be able to go 8th, but we could potentially close the gap to to Bournemouth. And we're coming up to the hour mark. Still no breakthrough and no second half highlight yet either. So let's encourage. And let's see if we can find a way through. Brables needs to come off on the left hand side. I'll bring on Capello. I'm going to take Echeverry off on the right hand side and bring Ansu Fati on. So that's the whole front three changed, plus Vanderson at the back. And the final change is going to be Carlos Roberto. And coming on is going to be Gomez. As we enter the last 10 minutes, still 0-0. And remarkably, no second half highlights yet. So let's encourage again and see if we can get a response from the lads. It's green faces mostly. A couple of pale green ones, but in fact there's one pale green and one light brown one now. And that's just about full time. And it is Liverpool 0, Newcastle United 0 at full time. I'll be back in a moment to show you the Premier League table and to tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Okay, here is the Premier League table then, and as you can see we're in 9th place in that table with 11 wins, 9 draws and 13 defeats and 42 points on the board. So we're 9 points adrift of 6th place Manchester United. So let's have a look now at when we're going to come back. And I think we'll go all the way through to the end of the season, and I'll show you the last 2 games, away to Nottingham Forest and at home to Stoke City. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and